SharpTask is a new tool developed by Central Innovation, the leading experts in SOLIDWORKS application development. Imagine having your very own SOLIDWORKS personal assistant. Well, now you can. SharpTask's powerful job management capabilities allow users to automate all those tedious, time-consuming tasks you perform in SOLIDWORKS on a regular basis. SharpTask can be downloaded and installed from our website, which will be provided to you. Simply click, install, and download and run, and within a couple of minutes it's installed and ready to go. SharpTask will monitor each job as it runs, periodically restarting SOLIDWORKS if required, as well as skipping files that cannot be processed correctly. So no more situations where you schedule a job as you leave the office at night, only to return the next morning to find a corrupt file or some other error has halted the entire process. With SharpTask, it's possible to process hundreds or even thousands of files. You can use your own custom scripts or macros within SharpTask, or choose from our continuously updated online library. We've also provided a feedback link, so if you have an idea for a new script or task, please let us know, and if it appeals to our user base, we'll develop it and add it to our online library. Let's take a quick look now at the interface of SharpTask and using it on some files. The interface is clean and easy to understand. At the top, we have the version in which you use to wish SOLIDWORKS to process the files. SharpTask will automatically detect all versions of SOLIDWORKS installed on your machine. Going on to the settings, we have some simple settings here to tell SharpTask how often to restart SOLIDWORKS, so we can say restart every 50 files its process, how long to spend processing a file before skipping it and moving on to the next one in the queue. Turning on background mode will enable SOLIDWORKS to run without any add-ins loaded and suppressing any pop-up messages. While to preserve security of your files, you can choose to have SharpTask open the files read-only to ensure that they're not changed, as well as if you have lots of configurations within your files, you can ask the particular macro or task you're running to be run for each configuration. Backup options are provided as well, and if they are enabled, we'll create a backup of each file being processed, so you can always roll back if required. Let's take a look now at running one of these tasks. So at the top here we have our item scope, which is where we specify the folders or files we wish to process. We can simply drag and drop files or folders into here, or click the plus button to browse for them within our directory. I've just got a folder here which I'll simply drag and drop, and we can see that it appears there. Within the folders and subfolders, so SharpTask will automatically pick up subfolders to be processed. What extensions do we wish to process? So we can simply use the toggles here to turn off or on which extensions we want to process there. With tasks, we can again click the add button to search for any VBA, Visual Basic macros, VSTA macros, SharpTask script files, or any other types of macro or routine script files that you have installed. Or we can select from the online library. So the online library does require an internet connection. You can see there are a number of tasks in there. Each come with their own description of how they are to be used and can be added to the scope. So I'll just pick one of these here. We'll choose this export task. We'll just add that to the scope. Each task comes with its set of arguments. You can learn how to add arguments to your own macros as well. Again, on the website we have a full tutorial here on how to write your own custom SharpTask scripts as well. Returning back to the SharpTask application, this particular macro here has the argument, so this will export your SOLIDWORKS files in various different formats. So the arguments we have is what should the name of the output file be, what folder should we put the files in, and what extensions we want. So let's take a look at this. So first of all, our output name. So we have some placeholders that can be used, which is the date, maybe some custom property value, the name of the file, as well as the configuration or sheet name. So in my files, I know I have a property called revision, and I want to use the value of that property to name the file. So I'm just going to click on custom property value, and under name I'll put revision. Click OK. So my output file name will be whatever the file of the SOLIDWORKS, whatever the name of the SOLIDWORKS file is, underscore the value of the revision custom property in that file. The destination folder, if it's left blank, it will just create a subfolder in the folder where we are. But in this case, I'm just going to, we'll just create a folder on the desktop, for example. Just call it Sharp Task Output. And we'll pick that folder. And then finally, what extensions we want to process. So we can either select all of them or just the ones that we want. So in this case, I just want some step files and maybe some parasolid files as well. And since we're only processing parts and assemblies, or since we're only outputting step files and parasolids, doesn't make sense to output any drawings, so we can turn that off in the toggle. Again, we have the version selected, so all we then have to do is click Run Job. So Sharp Task will bring up a progress dialog. We can see SOLIDWORKS being run at the top left there, and it will simply open up each file and process it. As each file is processed, we can see whether it's been successful or not in Sharp Task. And again, with those timeout options set, if there are any problems in processing some file, it will be marked here and it will be skipped, and Sharp Task will move on to the next file in the queue, so your entire process is not halted because of one file or error. Okay, so all of the files in the queue are complete and they all are successful. So let's take a look at the output. So we can just go to our desktop and we have our Sharp Task output folder, and you can see that all of the files that I requested, step files and parasolids, have come with the name and the revision variable value there as well. So A, B or C, exactly how the custom property was in the files. So this is how Sharp Task can help you process your batch operations or jobs that you need to do for hundreds or even thousands of files without even breaking a sweat. Thank you.